Hi, this is Matt coming from Vicsail. I'm on the Bob Oram catamaran and I'm going to give you a look around. A couple of things we pointed out before is brand new sails, 3 of them. We had them up the other day, so have a look at the pictures. We've got a tender here with a 15 horsepower on it that runs beautifully. Barbecue on the back. So the nanny's up and running beautifully. We've put fresh fuel in and everything's running well. So she's actually ready to sail away. What I'm going to do is show you the work in progress. Let's just start in the cockpit where we were. There's that nice shape. We've got a good roof coverage here. There's the barbecue down the back. You can see the tender hanging on the davits. And quite a long traveller there. All these winches are Anderson winches in pretty good nick. And then of course we've got all this new solar on the roof. So that's quite a bit of solar on a new panel. And then we've got more solar on the actual coach roof as well. So the tender is I don't know, what is it? An Apro Hawaiian something, 15 horsepower Yamaha fuel tank. So that all works and it's on a davit system, easy to get in and out. So down the back here we have the pop-up rudders there, and we have, I can't lift that one now, there's a emergency steering under that one. This is just the arm for the radar, is meant to be over on this catch here. It's stopping me from opening that. We've got hatches for storage down the back, shower down here, hot and cold shower, and we've got, that looks like a pretty new hatch there. Okay, back through the cockpit, large opening doors into the saloon where we shall now venture. There's still some tools and so left over here. Let's just start on the right. We have a nav station here which currently has an HF rest left in there and the rest of the gear ready to go. This is actually all the wiring that you'll have to get your head around. So some of these things are obvious as an antenna or so, but the lighting would have to be traced back. Some of them are Raymarine connections, and then you've got stereo connections. So it's all there ready to go. However, it needs to have some sense made of it. This is a computer monitor, curved computer monitor. Okay, we'll just go around the cockpit and we'll just go around the saloon and have a look. This is the material that was on. It's this felt and largely has been taken off. So we've got large windows, little Dorade vent up here, or fan, sorry. Little fan sucking out there. We've got the tracks coming through here, and as you can see, what we're looking at there is glassed over, come on brain, balsa sections that are all curved in. Is that a balsa? Maybe that's not a balsa, that section, because it's in strips. And then the balsa is in blocks like this. But everywhere you look, you can actually see it all, and you can see whether there's any imperfections or not. He has made a mark up here, so maybe that's a soft bit there where it's stained, but otherwise it all looks pretty good. And let's just have a look down here. You can see the balsa sections through that, and then down on the desk the same. So that's been built with the same material. And then if you look at these, we'll have a closer look at the dagger boards later. But continuing in the saloon, so we have big front opening windows. This little shape around the mast support, or it is actually the mast support, I believe. Couches, but no table at the moment. And another forward opening window, and the option for a hatch in the roof for sure for a bit of light. But anyway, so they're the windows surrounding the couches. Under the couches we've got a fair bit of new electronics. Just in here we've got some AIS stuff, and Oh, a lot of gear ready to go, safety flares and things. There's a lot of new equipment on this boat ready to install. We'll go through that with you later. Okay, so let's head to port. So we've got this new fridge freezer installed, handle going downstairs, an Enerdrive e-power remote switch, galley to forward, and there's the cupboards in the galley which are being worked on. There's a gas stove, gas bottles are out the back, sink. These cupboards are in place. This looks like 2-pack white over here, which makes for a pretty good finish on here. There's no fridge down here. Cupboards under. I don't know, lot of cupboards in here. Well, not much going on there. Hot and cold water. Then forward of this, not sure what this section is planned to be, but it does have, well, it looks like a pantry then. We do have an opening window in here. And then forward of that, I don't know, well, that's sail storage. That's the code 0. And for, could you fit a single in there? I suppose you could, but there's no hatch within there. So that goes forward to a, must be a locker up the front because it doesn't go all the way forward. Okay, so there is wiring for new lights in here. I'm going to turn around within this space now. When you come back to this dagger board with storage behind, there's more felt coming off, and look how clean and tidy that is behind there. So that's all the balsa in the side. Then this, I'm told, is stripped cedar panels running down, and it's very neat. So the boards, we had them up and down the other day. They go up and down very easily. Positive flotation, I believe. Then we're going back behind the stairs to the aft cabin, which has a space with a step, some storage, standing room just inside, and then so the step up to the bed, and then a double space there. And what do we have? We have one opening port on the side, an opening port on the top, and an opening port at the rear. So pretty good ventilation. Storage for your library books and stuff down here. Now the nannies under here, I'm not going to open it up now because we've taken a lot of photos of them. So one engine under each bed. What I can show you is that there's that's a new fuel intake hose, that's a new breather, and then on this side here's where the wiring comes through to feed the lights and other things. Oh, lights, etc. So that is what you've got to connect at the other end. Let's just look up at the roof, and here's more of that balsa work, and it all looks very nice. Okay, so I'm sure you could, there's been a bit of repair here, or it's a winch support, but it all looks pretty good. Even the old felt looks good, but the owner had endeavoured to remove it all. So that's your cupboards in there. Okay, turning back around, looking forward, back to that galley and forward. Okay, shall we go up and over then, people? I'll try and keep it in one take because then I'd have less editing to do. Floorboards looking very nice. There's a little stain there from, I don't know, maybe there was a fridge there before too. We've got the window through to the helm there, all the helm access. I think we can see that that's a hydraulic fluid helm. I think it would benefit from another helm further back where you can see the sails better from, or cut in the roof so you could look up. Okay, so here's new lighting that has gone in. So some of that has gone in, but just not all of it. I think you'll find that in boxes around here there's like tons of new wiring. I think I saw a lot of strip lighting to go in there, plus there's lots of spares and new chart plotter, transducer, all sorts of stuff. Going downstairs onto the starboard side now. So here we have a little desk. This is kind of like an owner's cabin side. There's some tool storage here. There's a, I'm not sure what's behind that, Victron energy inverter 230. There's the details if you want it. So wiring coming through for that and more. So looking forward on the starboard side, what we have is a large door here, which may be a waterproof door, or meant to be a waterproof door. Just got a large standing space in here, which is not your shower area, but is your bathroom area. Coming into that bathroom, it's huge. We've got a tiled sink, a little bit of rust in the bottom of that, mirror, old light. And in this little baby, we've got a water maker with a holding tank, turn toilet to tank. I'm pretty sure that's the water tank and not the toilet tank, because looking forward, we have the head, electric head, we've got the shower sump, the switch. I'm looking for a shower and not seeing one, but at any rate, so maybe that hasn't been installed yet. And then ahead of all that, sticky door. There is our black water tank and water pumps, etc. Black tank switches through forward to the hull. A couple of fishing rods. Oh, it's all a bit damp in there. Oh, window in here. So I guess the shower gets installed in there, or it might be intended, there's a shower curtain there, it may be intended to be in this space here, because this looks very much like a kind of large, it's just such a big space. The handle here, I reckon this might, well, it's certainly a good wet room, right, for hanging up all your jackets and stuff. So not sure where the shower is intended to go, but it would easily come out of the sink here or be installed in a wet head. Maybe that's up to you. Okay, heading back on starboard. Again, we have another very nice daggerboard holder, slider, cavity, whatever you want to call it. The floor's got floorboards under there. Not sure why the towel is down there. Maybe there was a drip. Must have been a drip from the windows up above here. Yeah, that's up to you to sort out. But I don't think it's too bad. Stairs going up, and what have we got under here? I think, okay, one of them. Is that a bilge pump? Maybe a bilge pump. And floorboards, again matching the other side, so we got storage, all that paint that was in here, etc. before has been removed. More storage, we've got the step up, and then we've got uncovered mattresses. There's this mattress on top. I don't know whether you want to go to upholstery or it actually fits this, you know, bought off the shelf double mattress, so you could probably do that, which would make life a lot easier. We've got what pump have we got there? Is that a hydraulic pump? And then some electronics from what? I don't know. Is that the back of the radio? I don't think so. Okay, so you've got shelf storage that has been built in there for a specific purpose. But again, you can see the tidy balsa work. Everything looks pretty neat. Get a surveyor to look at it, but it looks pretty good. All this balsa, fiberglass covered. And I guess the one thing about having all the felt off it is you're able to see the condition. of all that underneath, and maybe that was his intention, was just getting a good handle on, you know, the structural integrity. So we'll go for a walk around the deck, back up the stairs into the cockpit. I think that gives you a pretty good run around the boat. You can just play the video over a few times and you'll get to know what's what. We'll have a look under here. There's some high ampage hour batteries going under here, but what we've got is already a whole lot of fuses installed here for the new system, and then not even sure what's in here, but more blue boxes doing stuff. Sorry, something wrong with my camera thing. As I mentioned, they're all Anderson winches. This one's self-tailing. That one's not. So let me put that back on so I don't lose it. I'll come back to it. And then looking forward, we've got integrated stanchions. These are actually got a spectra on them. You can have a look at the rigging if you want. I think it's currently out of date, but it's pretty solid. Okay, dagger boards have a up and down system which works very well, green and red, well labelled. They go up and down very easily, move in their boxes. There's the large hatch. We do know that these nav lights have to be moved because the Genoa sheets tend to get caught underneath them, but there are new nav lights on board for exactly that purpose. That's that little fan we saw downstairs, more solar on top, some strobe light over there it seems. The rig has got a nice bend to it. It's a beautiful rig. She's pretty tall, and then great sails on that. A lot of foredeck out here. Okay, there's the projecting, hey, stop it, projecting bowsprit. We were able to twist this in to the side here so we could mount the code 0 on that. So these new running rigging on here very easily let you turn that in so you can hook up the code 0 to it. But you could leave the code 0 on permanently because it has a UV strip on it. Somebody has cast a large lure into here by the looks of it, so I'll claim that later. It's not yours, it's mine. And what do we got here? Looking forward to those front opening windows, the mast. There's an easy sort of lip on this window here where you can put your foot and step up onto the roof. The roof's pretty thin, so it's got a bit of spring to it, but nothing wrong with that. Don't go leaping around on top, but it gives you great access to the boom so that you can tuck away that sail. You can see the spreaders, triple spreaders here. A lot of this running rigging is actually brand new, and that's already been put on. There's an Anderson winch which is missing a little black cap on the top. You can see this winch has got a crack, so obviously they've got some sort of a defect, even though they're meant to be the best winches in the world. There's a mast running down to its support inside. Then we've got lots of storage. We've got a Maxwell anchor winch with some pretty solid chain. That must be 12 at least. Solid chain and chain locker down there. Winch has got some rust on it. Apparently that's not uncommon if you don't bag and oil these things. And then we got storage either side, so big storage down here and lots of things in there like, ooh, yeah, put my foot on it. Well, okay, that's full, but that's huge down there. Fenders, and the other one's got lots of life jackets in it. Okay, so nets, they're all well stretched, good solid plumb bows. What have we got? So a Rockner anchor here. I mean, yeah, she's pretty well fitted out. So there is no hatch in that forepeak there, so there must just be a space in that. Maybe it is accessible from inside. Large hatch to the galley, and then going back our other board. Let's just make sure that's all right. That's had a piece put on it. Do we have that same piece on the other side? So that's got, or maybe that wants to be glassed over. Let's see what we had on the other side. Oh no, it's got exactly the same matching timber piece on that side. Probably benefit from a bit of glass. We've got tracks on the roof for I don't know what, because the Genoa doesn't run on that. Maybe if it's a smaller staysail. Maybe that's a storm one. Here we go. Back around. Step down, and then we've got more storage. Pop. So there's quite a lot of walk back to this swim platform here. The 15 Yami barefoot tender with a seat and a hard bottom and wheels. So you got wheels on there too. It's all pretty good kit. It's been well set up. And then of course your barbecue and your barbecue platform here for working on. Right, well, I can come out again and show some specific things. Nice Selden mast. We know we've got good track cars on there. Only other thing I could do for you is start an engine. So, oh, what the hell, I've started the batteries now. So there's some spare keys. What do we got? Nanny. Oh, I didn't heat it. Let's heat. Seems to benefit from a bit of heat. Heat. Oh yeah, little coil light going on there. No one's running.